Gary, I hope this is real good because I was dozing off. What time of the night is it anyway? It's about 11:15, girl, and you calling me this time of night. 11:15. You know I goes to bed at about 9 something. You know, as they said back in the days that I goes to bed with the chickens. You know, I think the chickens probably already still be in the bed by that time. You calling me to tell me about your date? Well, at least you ain't crying, because you know I was about to hang up this phone. I'm going to tell you, to call, dial 911. They say if it's an emergency, to call 911. So if it's an emergency, hang up with me, girl, and call 911, because I ain't trying to hear it. So how was your date anyway? Girl, how was it? What? What? On the first date? No, y'all couldn't have went there on the first date, girl. And what you tell him? You told him you'll think about it. How the man gonna ask you to marry him on the first date? That Jethro. Well, girl, what he look like? What he look like? You said he had on that suit just like I told you. And the suit was wrinkled. And he was flooding. Did he have on some socks? Okay, because I was going to ask you, was his feet ashy? And looked like his hat was kind of worn a little bit on one side. Well, I tell you what I think old Jethro need. I think Jethro looking for him a wife to buy him a new suit. Girl, what his shoes look like? His shoes look a little worn. Well, you know you can't judge the book by the cover. You know, underneath all of that, he's still a man of God. He's still a pastor. But I still say he looking for him a wife to buy him a new suit, you know, get him looking all good. And then you know what happens sometimes when you make the man look good, you get a fixer up or you fix it up. Then some other woman come along and try to take what you done fixed up. So see, I wouldn't want no fixer upper. No, baby, no. But I ain't gonna tell you how to do your life. I ain't gonna tell you how to run your life. I ain't gonna tell you what to do with old Jethro with his broke down suit and his worn down shoes and his hat that's worn. Look like he been sleeping in it. I ain't gonna tell you what to do with Jethro. Now that's between you and God. What you say? You lonely? So you thinking about telling them yes? Do you want my 911 on that? My 211? Okay. You don't marry nobody because you're lonely, baby. The Lord said he'll never leave you nor forsake you. You trust the Lord and ask the Lord to take that loneliness away from you. We done had this conversation. I'm about tired of having conversation with you over and over again. It's like I just can't get it into your head. It's like I got to open up your head and pour it in there. You don't marry nobody because you're lonely, baby. You're married because that's what God has ordained. When God brings two people together, there's ministry behind that. Now, you marry somebody that because you're lonely, that ain't no ministry. That's a bunch of mess. That's just a mess. That's what you and Jethro gonna have a mess. And thank God you done got your tubes tied, so y'all ain't gonna be having no little Jethros and Jeffroisos running around the house. Well, baby, I just tell you right about now, you just need to go somewhere and you need to lay on your face. And you need to get real quiet. You lay on your face and get real quiet and wait to hear from the Lord. Lord gonna tell you what to do about old Jethro. Yeah, yes he will. He said acknowledge him in everything. So you acknowledge him about this thing about Rep Jethro. Especially when you talking about marriage now. See, that right there is from God. See, you got to make sure that this is the man that God has sent to you. Especially since he proposing to you on your first date. Yeah. So he said you looked at pretty. Even with your gloves on. I'm about to say your gloves. You had your gloves on and you had your mask on and you had your glasses on. And he said you looked at pretty. God, I done told you Jethro was lonely because you looked at a hot mess. I know you did. I ain't trying to hurt your feelings, but I know you looked at a hot mess. God. You if you take your mask off then and you take your glasses off, then you probably didn't look as much of a hot mess. Probably just a mess, not a hot. not hot mess. You might have been hot in his eyes. Girl, you know I'm just playing with you. I'm just trying to make you laugh in the middle of all this circumstance here. Because this is a circumstance. This is a situation where God got to intervene so you won't have no consequences. You don't want the consequences of marrying the wrong person. Because I ain't going to be able to help you. I'm not. You're going to be married to somebody you ain't supposed to be married to, and you're going to be miserable. You think you lonely and miserable, you're going to be married and miserable. And I think that's a whole lot worse. Cause at least when you're lonely and you can go out on a date like you just did. When you're single and lonely, you go out on a date. But when you're married and lonely, that is your date. You're married to your date. So you finna go on here and talk to Jeffro for a little bit. He calling you on the other line. Well, let me let you go talk to your baby's daddy. Bye.